Welcome to Goon Squad Anime, where we talk about all the anime that you're going to be watching. I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick.
And today we're going to introduce you to this new anime.
Tower of God!
Oh my god.
Episode 1 Ball.
So, this anime starts off kind of slow to me.
It's not
Definitely
slow.
not slow at all.
It's not slow at all. Do not listen to this
I
man.
said to me, it starts off
Do
kind of
not
slow.
listen. Do not let him,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
he
of
is
all
very
the
biased.
slow starts in animes, this is one of them.
This is not.
It starts off kind of slow.
You get backstory, a little bit of backstory. It sucks you in. You get nothing but action after that. I mean, what else do you want?
Well,
You just want fighting right away?
Day one, yep.
No anime starts like that. It's rare.
So
Yeah, but it's like a lower tier.
right. So this is a Crunchyroll Originals anime, episode 1, Ball. I really like it. I'm looking forward to reviewing this anime with all y'all. So the main character is Bam, which is a very interesting name.
Terrible name for a main character, but alright.
And basically it starts off with it seems like it's gonna you preview, I think, a preview of all the main characters that you're gonna see through the main characters that you're gonna see throughout this story arc. But it first starts with Bam running,
Chasing Rachel.
yeah, chasing Rachel, which you don't find out till later. But Rachel basically saves. I don't know if it's really saving Bam, but finds Bam because he's trying to escape something, like climb up this pile of rocks to go to the sunlight or
Figurative
see.
tower.
Yeah, figurative tower. Yes, good observation on that. Figurative tower, and Bam doesn't remember anything. And basically Rachel takes him in, and I guess he's been following Rachel for a while, and I guess is basically in love with her.
Yeah. She says she's tired of this world.
So
darkness.
she went off to go climb this tower so she could see the stars.
Right. And to do that, so basically the name of the anime is Tower of God. So the Tower of God is, if you reach the top of the tower, you basically can ask for anything. And so her thing is that she wants to reach the top to see the stars. I don't know if that's her wish or that's she just wants to reach the top to see the stars.
What if you get to the top and you become God? Like whoever reaches the top, they're God of that.
I mean, you can ask for anything.
You can be God, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what her wish would be, but I don't even know what Bam's wish would be, because he just wants to find Rachel.
Bam doesn't care about the tower. Every time they say, "Oh, you want to climb Tigers?" I don't really care. I just want to see Rachel.
Yeah. So
terrible conviction.
yeah, I'm sure you're gonna have to. He probably won't either. He's not gonna see her till the top, or he's gonna meet her somewhere in the middle, and he's gonna help Rachel get to the top.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so he followed her into the tower.
Well, he did follow her. I guess, I don't know how the tower works. I'm assuming you have to volunteer.
Yeah.
But those two managed to open the door.
Well, she volunteered to go to the tower.
Yeah.
He which we
forcefully
kind of found out is called an irregular.
Because he opened it, yeah.
Opened it somehow by himself. So I guess somehow you have to either form a pack or a bond with somebody. Like, I guess head on the caretaker of the tower. You probably have to do something with him to get invited to go into the tower, because it seems like not everyone just gets to go.
Yeah, but he opened the door himself.
Yeah, so by him doing that, he's called an irregular because he was able to open the door to the tower by himself without any help.
Yeah,
and usually people who are regulars are like abnormally strong.
Right. So the test won for him. So he meets Head-On, which is the caretaker kind of / navigator of the tower, and it's a rabbit-looking dude with a staff with 2 balls on the end.
It's like orbs.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Orbs. I would give it. That's probably better description, not balls, but yes. So he puts him to the first test to see if he's even worthy of the tower. And so the first test is he has to face the white steel eel and Ball, which obviously for the episode, Ball.
All he had to do, break the ball.
Yeah, so, well, first off, he has to face the steel eel, and the second test was he had to break the ball.
No, because the whole concept of the test was break the ball. The steel eel was just there to deter you or eat you.
Right, to deter you. But the first, he says it, the first test is you have to overcome the fear itself. The fear itself.
I mean,
And so, so Head-On tells him, like, hey, you need to face the steel eel and destroy the ball. And so he starts taking off running, and all of a sudden he gets kicked in the face by Yuri, which we find out she's the princess of Jihad.
Yeah.
And he gets kicked in the face by Yuri, and her assistant is
he's a navigator.
Yeah, is Evan. And so they're speaking some weird language, and Bam's like, what's going on here? And Evan's like, hey, he can't understand you without Pocket, and the Pocket's basically an orb, a floating orb, and I guess it's a translator. And
Linging does like a lot more like that.
Yeah,
it's like an assistant type thing.
It's like a floating assistant that will more likely it does multiple things, because we see it later on do some other stuff too.
Yeah, because Yuri put out her armory.
Yeah, from it. So they give him a pocket, and so it starts translating their language to him, and so after that she's like, hey, she pleads with Head-On to, hey, why do you give him such a difficult task? Level 20, the people that are on level 20, level 20 have a hard time defeating this monster, so why are you giving it to him? And he's like,
he's an irregular.
Yeah, he's an irregular.
But she's like, can't you tell, like, he's not that strong?
Yeah, look, he's weak, he's skinny, but hey, he's cute.
Yeah. So I'm assuming all the other irregulars were able to overcome this without too much of a trouble.
Right. And so Head-On kind of like teases her, like, hey, if you don't think he can do this, why don't you let him borrow your sword called the Black March? I guess it's a very powerful sword, because Evan's like, no, don't give it to him. And she's like, okay, here you go. You can take hold of it. And he's like, Bam's like, okay, I'll just borrow it. And after she lets him have it, Head-On's like, I can't believe you let him borrow it.
Because it was your idea.
And she's like, it was your idea. He's like, I never thought you would actually do it. So there's a little bit of comedy in here. But so he takes it, charges in. The steel eel charges him. And Yuri's like, hey, move out of the way. You got to avoid him. All of a sudden, he just gets eaten. And she's about to go in there and try to save him, and Evan's like, no, don't do anything. That's the first part of the test, is that you have to face fear itself.
And he chose the right answer.
Right, and he chose the right answer. So you see him, you actually have to, like, part of the test is you gotta be eaten by the steel eel. So I don't know if he actually cuts his tongue, the steel eel's tongue, or stabbed him, but the steel eel winds up spitting him out. And then he starts hacking on the ball, and he thinks, you think this sword is very strong, because they said you can either wield it or you can't. And so as soon as he tries to stab the ball, it's like it just chips it. And then goes to the flashback on
him climbing out the thing.
Yeah, him meeting Rachel first time, and climbing out of his tower, and then he basically gets a perseverance to keep stabbing it, and while he's doing it, he's yelling, like, break, break, break. And the steel eel fixes his gaze upon him again and starts charging him. And Evan's like, hey, I guess there's an actual soul or spirit. Yeah, there you go, spirit within the sword. And Evan's like, hey, ask the sword for strength. And so he asks the sword, and all of a sudden a very beautiful lady pops out of the sword. And she's like, "Are you asking for strength to climb the tower?" He's like, "Heck no, I just want to see Rachel."
Yeah. She's like, how boring, but since you're cute, I'll help you.
Yeah. And so then Yuri's like, "I've asked 1,000 times for this woman to lend me her strength, and she never does. I wonder if it's because he's a male."
And she's like, yep.
Yep. And she's
Go
like,
away,
"Be gone,
woman."
woman." So basically, she lends him her strength, breaks the ball, and then he disappears. And yep. And Yuri and Evan are like, "Where'd he go?"
That's when it gets good. Man.
Yeah. And Head-On's like, "What do you mean you don't know where he went? He went to level 2, of course." And so they're like, "Shoot, I gotta go get the sword back." And so I guess they're not really supposed to intervene in there.
Yeah, because they're like that royal family.
Right.
So.
And he definitely said, your father said he would execute you if you went through the tower.
Yeah, and so she still wants the sword back. I think eventually she actually winds up giving it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it only reacts to him. So
Yeah.
It just don't react to her. There's no point in her having it. And she has like a whole arsenal. So.
Yeah, so then he gets to level 2, and this is part 2 of the test to actually see if you can. So the first test was just to see if you're capable.
Yeah.
And the second test is if you're worthy of going up the tower. So test 2 was called the regulars. So basically he gets there, he wakes up.
So I have to eat grass.
Yeah. And actually,
because he's never seen grass before.
Yeah, he eats grass. And that was, I don't know.
So it's very interesting because it seems like there's people from either different worlds or.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's people from different worlds, and then everybody knows about the tower.
Right. Because I guess he's never seen grass before. Because every time you see him, he's just been in that dark cave.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And so he tries to eat the grass and realizes he can't eat the grass. But then a cube pops up and he's like, test, and it sounds like a little kid.
Yeah.
And
explaining the rules to the next event or game.
Right. And so the next event is pretty simple but ruthless. There's 400 regulars.
We need 200.
We need 200.
Okay, how you gotta do it?
Do it.
Just get it down to 200.
Yeah, get it down to 200. And so basically his pocket starts showing the counter of 400, and then it just starts drastically going down. And
off rip.
Yeah.
He meets like I don't know what he is, but like a big dude with like a ninja mask and a ponytail.
What's the Mortal Kombat dude?
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but yeah, that's what he looked like.
With the Minotaur, with
Minotaur body.
Yeah, with the Minotaur body.
Kodokan?
Yeah, I think I think that might be right. But yeah, that's the first thing I thought
of
when
I
saw
of too.
him.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, and so he Bam starts running away from him, and that character catches up, and he's asking the sword for strength but doesn't answer him, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're begging for your life," and all of a sudden an arrow goes straight through his body, and then five arrows done, and falls down, and so
the dude with the arrow's about to shoot Bam, and next thing you know, he gets picked off by a sniper.
I know. So there's guns in this world too, so it's very interesting. So I thought it was hilarious because Bam gets up, sees the archer loose, is about to lock an arrow and about to loose it, and all of a sudden, boom, gets sniped. And so then Bam starts running off, and the sniper we see get grabbed by the head, which you think he died, but he doesn't. It cuts to a guy with a briefcase.
Yeah. Talking to another
monster, and I guess I don't know what's up with his briefcase, but that briefcase stopped the sword.
Yeah, and he pulls out a weapon.
Yeah, he pulls out a knife. I think it was a knife or something like that.
He definitely killed that dude though.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. So after that, cuts back to where the sniper was, and there's like a alligator lizard man type dude, and he's like, "Hey, this is
hunter's position."
Yeah, this is a hunter's position. And so he starts scanning the area, and he's like, I guess he has some kind of sense for powerful people.
He is an animal.
Right, so he looks we see a lizard, another kind of lizard chick, green chick, and he's like, oh no, and then he looks at Bam, and he's like, what is that sword? And he's like, I found him. So Bam's over there kind of sees this, goes up to another monster, and it's like a dude with a bunch of eyes and real fat, and I don't know.
Apparently hanging on a mouth.
Yeah. And so he's over there contemplating, like, you say he was scared. I don't think he was scared. I think he was contemplating on does he want what he has to do to see Rachel again. And
so when I thought he was scared, like when the dude with the briefcase shows up, he turned towards him and he was like, "You should probably point at the dude behind you."
Yes.
He looks terrified then.
Yes. I mean, he does kind of look terrified then. I'll give you that. But I don't think
first real combat in life. So
yeah. As far as we know, this is real first combat in life, besides just surviving. So that's where the actual anime ends, is when he turns around and he sees the lizard man, and it seems like they're going to fight. So I can't wait till next week's episode.
To me, it's a good start. I enjoyed it.
I definitely, just based off the first episode, I would recommend it.
I'm indifferent. I need a little bit more.
You always need a little bit more.
I'm greedy. Don't judge me.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that was pretty much it for it. Everyone was all...
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think he actually fights the lizard man?
I mean, I think it's going to be more evading, and then there's going to be a moment where he has to either call upon the sword's power again, or there's going to be a moment where he like actually does something, fight worthy.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I either think that's going to happen, he actually fights him, or the lizard man is... Yeah. I know based off the way the lizard man is, he's gonna have to fight him. I think that I was. Thinking
I think that's gonna be a confrontation.
Yeah, there's gonna
eventually between them. When it gets down to like the numbers,
or
we're gonna see a lot of people taking each other out before then.
Yeah.
Or option B, by the time their fight even gets to start, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we reached 200."
Probably.
Yeah, because you saw that number was going down
right now. Yeah,
I think they were already in the almost in the.
There was at 280.
Yeah. So. I'm thinking by the time they start or they start fighting, and then it winds up right when the lizard man's about to kill him, it hits 200.
Yep.
So, all right, can't wait for next week's episode.
I can't wait. It's gonna be good. Hopefully. I'm greedy. Don't judge me.
I'm Asian Nick.
I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
And it's free, man. Help us out.
Stay safe from Corona.
Yep.
Nick, play us out.
Boom.